Welcome, everyone. Today we are unpacking a highly critical, unprecedented event in global finance and cybersecurity. We'll explore why India's top financial authorities suddenly went on high alert over an artificial intelligence breakthrough and what it means for the future of digital security. Let's get started. Let's start by addressing the massive wake-up call that recently hit the financial sector. Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman convened an emergency, high-level meeting with the heads of various banks. Why? To discuss the terrifying potential of Anthropic's Claude Mythos, a new AI model with unprecedented hacking capabilities. The Ministry of Finance issued a stark warning. This threat requires an extraordinary degree of vigilance and coordination across financial institutions. We are no longer talking about theoretical risks. We are talking about an AI that could systematically dismantle financial infrastructure if left unchecked. The government recognized that immediate preemptive measures were required. Looking at this flowchart, we see the immediate action plan initiated by the finance minister. The directive flows from the top down to bank heads, the Indian Banks Association, and certain. All these entities must converge to secure IT systems and create a centralized, real-time threat intelligence sharing mechanism to protect the broader banking ecosystem. So, what exactly is Claude Mythos and why the global panic? Mythos is an unreleased frontier AI model developed by Anthropic, and it is arguably the most capable cyber reasoning engine ever created. The basics are staggering. It autonomously discovers zero-day vulnerabilities in major operating systems and browsers at a speed humans cannot match. Imagine compressing a specialized security team's months-long project into mere minutes. It successfully discovered a 27-year-old bug in systems previously thought entirely secure. Releasing this model to the public would be like handing advanced, nation-state-level hacking capabilities to anyone with a laptop. This makes it a potential weapon that could hack almost any organization. This diagram illustrates how Mythos operates compared to traditional tools. Instead of just guessing, Mythos performs deep semantic code analysis on massive software repositories. It finds unknown vulnerabilities, bypassing traditional fuzzing to identify deep logic errors, and immediately generates a working exploit. It functions as an autonomous zero-day factory. Why did this trigger a specific alarm for banks? The Indian financial sector, like global markets, relies on massive, interconnected IT infrastructures, some of which contain legacy code dating back decades. The primary threat isn't that Mythos breaks core cryptographic math, like SHA-256. Rather, it breaks the software implementations that use that math. Attackers with access to this kind of AI could bypass traditional defenses, uncovering temporal trust gaps and creating exploit chains that compromise customer data and core banking operations. This is why the Finance Ministry and the RBI are deeply studying the extent of these risks to understand how exposed their legacy middleware actually is. Here we map the vulnerability surface of financial IT infrastructure. Both legacy code and cryptographic software implementations feed directly into the crosshairs of a Mythos-class AI target. Because the AI understands the logic better than the original human developers, it pinpoints the exact seams to pry open, leading to a systemic financial breach if undefended. The defining characteristic of this crisis is the collapse of the patching window. Historically, when a bug was found, banks had weeks or months to apply a patch. With AI-driven discovery, that time compresses to minutes. Mythos doesn't just find isolated bugs, it performs vulnerability chaining, seamlessly combining multiple low-severity flaws into a devastating, critical-level exploit path. A threat actor could use this to execute remote code on bank servers autonomously. As cybersecurity specialists have warned, if this falls into malicious hands, attackers could generate exploit chains instantly, leaving human defenders with zero reaction time. Traditional human speed triage is effectively obsolete against this capability. This sequence diagram shows the compressed attack cycle. An autonomous AI scans for minor flaws, the bank server unwittingly exposes a logic gap, and the AI chains these vulnerabilities together. It formulates and fires the payload, instantly gaining unauthenticated root access. The entire cycle occurs at machine speed, completely outpacing traditional human response capabilities. It is vital to understand that India's response is part of a massive, synchronized global panic. The finance minister's actions directly parallel those in the United States, where the government held urgent talks with Wall Street banks, and the White House is granting agencies access to secure their critical systems. Internationally, The Bank of England, the European Central Bank, ECB, and the IMF are all actively raising the alarm regarding risks to financial stability. Because global finance relies on interconnected APIs and shared software dependencies, an AI-boosted hack on one major institution could cause immediate systemic contagion. Financial leaders recognize that isolated, regional defenses are no longer viable. This global reaction flowchart demonstrates that the Claude Mythos threat has simultaneously triggered defensive mobilizations across the Indian Finance Ministry, the US Treasury, the ECB, and the Bank of England. All these regulatory bodies are now converging on a new global systemic defense paradigm, acknowledging that a unified front is mandatory against machine-speed AI adversaries. How exactly is India planning to defend against this? Recognizing that isolated firewalls will fail, the finance minister mandated the creation of a robust mechanism for real-time threat intelligence sharing. She specifically tasked the Indian Banks Association, IBA, with coordinating efforts alongside certain and top cybersecurity experts to build a collaborative immune system for the financial sector. Instead of each bank fighting its own battle, the strategy works like this. The moment a Mythos-style probe or novel exploit chain is detected at one institution, the threat signature and defensive patch are shared ecosystem-wide in real time. This collaborative, rapid response defense is the only mathematical way to counter an AI that operates at such an incredible scale and speed. Here is the architecture of the proposed intelligence sharing mechanism. When an AI attack probe is detected at Bank A, the telemetry is instantly fired to the central IBA and certain hub. This hub rapidly processes the threat and pushes updates to Bank B and Bank C, hardening their defenses before the AI attacker can pivot. It represents digital herd immunity in practice. To truly understand how we fight back, let's look at a real-time use case, Project Glasswing. Realizing the extreme danger, Anthropic made the historic decision to refuse a public release of Mythos. Instead, they launched Project Glasswing, granting highly restricted access to a select group of partners like Google, Microsoft, and massive financial institutions like JP Morgan Chase. In this use case, banks use defensive Mythos to operate as an autonomous security operations center. The AI continuously scans the bank's own proprietary code and open-source dependencies 24/7. It predicts exploit chains and generates machine-coded predictive patches before human attackers even realize a vulnerability exists. Ultimately, you must use AI to defend against AI. This flowchart visualizes the Project Glasswing defensive cycle. The bank's source code undergoes a continuous defensive Mythos scan. When a vulnerability is found, the system autonomously simulates the attack path, generates a predictive patch, and routes it for rapid deployment to production. It turns the very AI technology that threatened the system into its ultimate shield. To conclude, the global panic surrounding Claude Mythos is entirely justified, and the emergency actions taken by India's finance minister signal a permanent paradigm shift in our industry. The era of static, human-led cybersecurity is dead. We are decisively entering a phase of machine versus machine warfare, where the speed of defense must match the speed of attack. Financial institutions have no choice but to adopt zero-trust architectures, predictive patching, and AI-native SOCs to survive the coming vulnerability tsunami. If you want to stay ahead of this massive technological shift, master these next-generation concepts. I invite all learners to like, subscribe, and visit quicktechie.com for premium certification prep. We offer comprehensive Q&A banks, full ebooks, audiobooks, full-length training, and expert interview guides. Secure your future in the AI era with QuickTechie today. Our final diagram is a mind map summarizing your required AI era security posture. You must balance defensive AI, like predictive patching, with strong collaboration across institutions like CERTIN and the IBA. Ultimately, survival relies on a foundation of robust architecture, emphasizing strict zero-trust boundaries and automated agentic defense. Master these pillars to protect your organizations.
To find related ebook and other material for this training course, go to quicktechie.com. Now you will see all the video courses are available here. So let's move to the ebooks. You can go here, ebooks, all AI related ebooks, like you are watching currently Mythos related training. That ebook would be uploaded under this section. You can download this ebook. PDF would be available, all 300-page PDF. So you just click on the download. This entire ebook you can download from this section. So whatever training you are currently listening, corresponding ebook would be available. We have thousands of ebooks available. Now, other than that, we have on video courses which you are watching right now. This also all AI related courses are available. Similarly, for all company related trainings are available, like Microsoft, you can find it here with their respective certification training modules. All exam simulators, which would help you to get the certification preparation. Just refresh if you get this kind of error. Okay, so now you can see these are all certification preparation materials. Will also be click here to the NVIDIA certification preparation material. So you can see all NVIDIA certification preparation materials, and click on any of this and it would load the entire screen and you can launch the practice paper. So this is what you can see, that you can submit the answer. We have an audiobooks available. Okay, so for each section, and these are our alumni who can you can find out all alumni who are accessing our portal